We as human beings, we can face anything, endure anything, so long as we know that there'll be an end and that something better will come about. People are prepared to face long, painful, and often life-threatening surgery if they believe that it'll improve the quality of their lives. Prisoners can face a long sentence as long as they know that it will end and they will once again enjoy freedom. We can all face the rigours and discomforts of a long, bleak winter because we know that spring will come again. All of this underlines the importance of hope. Hope is as necessary for the spirit as bread is for the body. People can endure anything so long as there's hope of something better at the end. And we need that hope, don't we? Because there's a lot of tragedy, sorrow, and pain in life. And we're in a place right now that looks even more challenging and bleak than anything that we've ever known in the past. We're in the greatest need of hope. Easter brings that hope. Yes, it's true. We can still feel the pain of our world, the pain of our families and friends, and the pain of our dysfunctional relationships. Easter doesn't take away our pain, but introduces the element of hope, and that gives our pain meaning. The Christian life is very much a paradox, full of seeming contradictions. The hymn of St. Francis sums it up quite well. It's in giving that we receive, in understanding that we are understood, and in dying that we're born to eternal life. Easter is a paradox too. We need to die to be born to the new life. But there's more. Life is an unending series of dying to life sequences. We're always dying in order to rise again. We experience this in countless ways. We might work painfully hard and make personal sacrifices to make, say, a family gathering truly special, and we succeed. We face a difficult and painful confrontation with a negligent colleague at work, and we gain a new beginning in our relationship. A sports team endures an endless slog of training and tactical talks, and they're rewarded with a famous victory. A young couple struggle to make ends meet and to develop a closer union with one another in their early years of marriage. As they scrimp and save, they make many sacrifices to create a home and settle down. We know all this. Our most difficult moments so often lead to our best moments. Our greatest struggles lead to our brightest triumphs. Our strongest efforts lead to our most enjoyable results. Death brings life. But there's a double whammy. Although we know all this, it's easy to miss one important dimension of this death-life cycle. Why? Because we get so wrapped up in our successes. Here's the paradox, the contradiction. It's sometimes the death part of the cycle that's in fact more humanizing, more fulfilling, the deepest part of the whole experience. How often do we hear couples say that they were closer, experienced more intimacy and union when they're struggling in a tiny flat than when they were in their dream home? How often we discover in the challenges of life those resources of courage and strength we never knew we had. Easter is the story of death to life, suffering to resurrection. It reminds us of the usual reality in our life experience, that is sometimes in the suffering, in the struggle, in the challenge, that we discover the peak human moment. That there's resurrection as well is a double bonus. May we experience the deep joy that comes from the gift of Easter peace, always conscious that it will be preceded by suffering and death in one form or another. But we take heart knowing that our God never asks more than we can give, and that he is never outdone in generosity.